Hi, my name is Brian, and today we're talking about a heartbreaking scam that cost one family over $23,000. Imagine being told you've won $100,000, but first you have to send money to claim it. Sounds exciting, right? That's exactly what a 63-year-old mother believed, and it ended in financial disaster. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how this scam works, why the bank couldn't stop it, and the simple steps you can take to protect yourself or your loved ones from falling victim. And let me tell you, this isn't some rare case. It happened to a real mom right here in the US, and if it could happen to her, it could happen to anyone. So stick with me. Hit that subscribe button if you want more real stories that protect your wallet, and let's dive in. Let me take you into this story. A 63-year-old mom was scrolling through TikTok, just like many of us do, when she got a message that seemed harmless. On the other end was someone claiming to be a past lottery winner. They told her she had been chosen to win a life-changing prize, $100,000. Sounds exciting, right? But here's the catch. She had to send in $50,000 first to unlock her winnings. First, it sounded like an amazing opportunity. After all, who wouldn't want to believe they'd struck it rich? The conversation then moved from TikTok over to WhatsApp, where the scammers kept the pressure on. They spoke with confidence, built trust, and made it seem so real. And that's the dangerous part. Scammers know exactly how to use excitement, pressure, and a false sense of trust to make honest people believe the impossible. Here's how these scammers pulled it off. First, they sent the mother what looked like real checks. They told her, "Deposit these into your bank, then take out the money little by little." At first glance, the checks looked completely normal, just like any other check you'd get from a friend or even a business. So, she went to different banks, deposited the checks, and began pulling out cash in smaller amounts. Everything seemed fine. The money showed up in her account, so she thought it was real. But here's the trick. Those checks were fake. Banks often release the funds right away, but it can take days or even weeks before the system realizes the check is no good. The scammers then told her to send the money, but not in a normal way. They had her hide cash inside children's books and mail them to different addresses. It sounds unbelievable, but that's how they get money past authorities. And to keep her hooked, they dangled the big prize in front of her, promising, "Just a little longer, and you'll have your $100,000. By the time the bank caught on, she had already sent away $23,000. Now here's where the story takes a heartbreaking turn. The daughter, only 27 years old, thought her money was safe in her checking account. But because her mom's name was on that same account, the scammers drained not only her mother's funds but also every dollar of her savings. Over $7,000 she had worked years to put away. And it didn't stop there. The bank looked at what happened and decided the family owed nearly $15,000 back, because those fake checks eventually bounced. From the bank's point of view, the mother willingly cashed the checks, even though she had no idea it was a scam. As a result, the bank closed their account completely. This left the daughter and mother not only broke but also devastated. Imagine the stress. A young woman about to get married, her savings gone, her trust in the bank shattered, and a mother overwhelmed with guilt. This is the real pain of scams. It's not just about the lost money. It's about shame, family tension, and the feeling that you've been tricked in broad daylight. And sadly, many victims carry that weight silently. You might be wondering, why didn't the bank or police step in and stop this? Here's the tough truth. Banks will usually let you deposit a check right away, and at first it looks like the money is real. You can even withdraw it. But days, sometimes weeks later, the bank figures out the check is fake. By then, the scammer already has the money, and you're left holding the bill. And what about the police or FBI? They do investigate, but here's the catch. Most of these scammers are hiding overseas. Once money or packages leave U.S. soil, it's almost impossible to get them back. It's like chasing a thief who disappears into the crowd. That's why these scams are so dangerous. They play on our trust, and by the time we realize what happened, the money is gone. Prevention is truly the best protection. You know what the hardest part of this story is? It all started with hope. A 63-year-old mother was told she'd won a life-changing prize, $100,000. All she had to do was pay some money up front to unlock her winnings. It sounded so real, so exciting, and the scammers knew exactly what to say to make her believe. But here's the truth, friends. No real lottery or prize will ever ask you to send money first. That's the biggest red flag. And those checks the scammers mailed her? They looked official, but they were fake. Banks will often let you deposit them, but weeks later, when they bounce, you're left holding the bill. Another trick. Scammers love moving conversations off the original app. This scam started on TikTok, but quickly shifted to WhatsApp, where it's harder to track them. So what can we learn from this painful story? Never send money to claim a prize. Keep your bank accounts separate if you're helping family. Act fast. This family saved thousands by intercepting mailed packages. Report immediately to the bank, police, FBI, and even the post office. Stay cautious, stay safe, and remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it always is. You know, this story is a hard reminder. One family lost thousands of dollars chasing what they thought was a blessing, a big lottery win. But instead, it was a cruel trick. And sadly, scams like this are happening every single day across America. If you or someone you love has ever been targeted with a so-called prize or lottery win, I'd love for you to share your experience in the comments. Your story might just protect another family. Remember, stay alert, stay cautious, and never send money to claim a prize. That's how we stay safe together.